Hey everyone! So, today I'm going to be cleaning up my chemical closet. I decided to start with the rest of the china cabinet that I worked on last video because that wasn't going to take too long. That was just going to be a quick a finish there because there isn't too much in those cupboards or drawers. And then I'll move on to the chemical closet, which took the bulk of my time when recording this. I'm feeling pretty productive today. Today is 5/17, yeah, and it's just been a good productive day, and I think I got like all my stuff done by about noon. So it's a little after noon that I'm recording this, and now I just get to do fun stuff like talk with you guys and record this video, the audio. So I'm vacuuming out that drawer. It had some kind of gunk in it. That's where we keep the griddle that the only use it really gets is when my husband makes pancakes because he really likes to use that griddle specifically to make pancakes. And I never use it. I probably don't even know how to use it. Although I guess I could figure it out if I really tried. But usually when I'm making pancakes, I just make them on the stove. Yeah, that's me being super grossed out by that drawer or that cupboard because my cat, the orange one, I think you'll get to see him in this video. I think he makes his premiere. Anyway, he likes to climb in there and sleep in there sometimes. At least he used to. Not too much lately. But he had chewed up that plastic bag because he loves to chew plastic. And just some like crud that's in there. I sprayed some disinfectant. So I was like, so disgusted. We literally never used that crock pot that I pulled out. I'd really like to start getting into it because I think there are some good recipes out there for the slow cooker, but just haven't been able to yet. It takes a lot of like energy to prepare meals. I'll see something that says like, "Oh, this is an easy recipe," and I don't know if you've seen that post, but it's like, I'm tired of easy recipes, and then they say they're an easy recipe, and then they tell you to start chopping an onion, and then like I'm out, and with how exhausted I was from work every day, I was just like, yeah, I'm out. I am not prepared to chop an onion. I think it's been a while since we bought an onion even. That's my drawer of placemats. I like to change them out with like each month or season, you know, depending on what theme. So I kind of collect placemats, I guess. Although I try to keep it down. I'm saying goodbye to the Frozen one because my daughter is done with Frozen. So at least that's something I can get rid of there. I got the yard work over with today, and I was like, I was so gross by the end of it. I had like sweat streaming down my face, and I've been, still a little bit sick for the last week or so, since I've started recording these. I think I've been a little bit sick almost. And so I had all this like mucus built up and got to take a shower afterward. That felt really good. Oh, some of those placemats are cute. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And we just had a good visit with my mother-in-law. She was here. So she flew back today. Hopefully she's getting back safely and everything. And we went to like the free day at the museum yesterday, which was fun. It was a little bit disappointing that we had to rush, but we didn't have a ton of time. We only had a few hours. So I'm so disgusted by that cupboard. You can see my face. Like, okay, I'm going in for it. Oh wait, I'm just gonna clean around it. I'll clean around it first, and then I'll get to cleaning the really gross part. Do you ever do that? Sometimes it's a little less overwhelming if I can get the stuff around it first when I have to clean up something really gross. Like eases me into it or something. At least you can't see it very well on camera because, I don't know, there's just a bunch of crud in there. It was so gross. Like, okay, I better get my music set up so I can do this. And then, like, I immediately gotta go wash my hands after. But yeah, I'm doing good. I've been working a lot on getting my private practice set up and everything I need to do for that. It's pretty involved. At least it feels like a lot of just like tasks that I need to get done before I can start seeing clients. But I think I'm about ready. I just need to have someone review my consent forms and make sure they make sense and are legally binding and all that. And I've been enjoying like the food lately that I've been having. My aunt got me hooked on this recipe where it's like this soy plant-based ground beef thing. Oh, there you go. There's my orange one. That's the one that likes to sleep in the cupboard. He's like, "You're cleaning my cupboard." Anyway, so it's this like soy-based ground beef, and then you put that in a pan. You put a bunch of cabbage in a pan, and then you put in some like sweet chili sauce or spicy chili sauce, whatever, and then you just cook it until it's heated to how you like it. And it's been really good. It's like, it feels low calorie. I think it is low calorie, and it seems healthier than some of the other things that I used to eat. So I've been really hooked on that. I want to go make some after this. And then I really like those salad kits, and I know they're more expensive than the other kind of lettuce you can just get, and then you have to prepare a whole salad. But again, that's like more energy than I have. Like, I just don't have the spoons, if you know that terminology. I don't have the spoons to allocate to preparing a big meal or preparing stuff with lots of ingredients, especially when I have to start like cutting something up. So it's easy to just be able to open those packs and dump in the toppings. I got this sunflower one, which I don't know why it's called that, because I didn't really see sunflower seeds in it. I don't know, maybe I just didn't see them. They were like crushed up. But it had like dry roasted edamame and some cheese and some dressing for the salad. And I just had some of that and finished that off. I get about like 3 good servings from a bag when I allocate the servings. That's probably not what the bag actually says, but yeah. I've been really enjoying that. And I don't know, there's like a good avocado Caesar one too. Am I the only one that gets just like exhausted by having to prepare actual like meals where you have to cut stuff up? I don't know. Then you have to like take out a whole cutting board and everything. I don't know. Most of the time I just find some other sort of meal, because I don't want to buy the like pre-sliced stuff, because I don't necessarily need that, and that's like way more expensive. But if it's something I can just kind of dump, so that's why I like, one thing I like about the meal I was giving the recipe for that my aunt got me on, you can just dump in the cabbage, dump in some of that plant-based protein, ground beef, faux ground beef, dump a little bit of the sauce on in a skillet, and then go. I also don't use like serving dishes very often. I think maybe if it's like a super fancy dinner I might, but it's just I find it so wasteful of my time and energy. And I guess maybe sometimes having that presentation like at a party might be reasonable, for me to spend my energy on. But I don't know, like setting out, like for example, last night I made spaghetti. Why would I transfer the spaghetti into another pot just so we can then put that spaghetti onto our plates? I don't know. Some people might have the energy and, I don't know, desire to wash another dish that you don't have to wash. I really don't have that desire, personally. I'd rather just take the spaghetti out of the pot, scoop it onto my plate, and prepare it right there. Wow. And then like just put the sauce on right out of the can. I've actually been getting spaghetti sauce that's like in a tin can. It's easy to just recycle that later. If it's cold, then I'll just stick my entire plate with the spaghetti in the microwave and heat it up, and I'm good to go. I don't know. Just seems to make it easier. There's a lot of like rules that I just don't get around food. Or like sometimes if I'm just preparing something for myself, like why bother getting out a cutting board? Might as well just cut it directly onto the plate. So I'm finally getting to get to the chemical closet here, and I was really glad I cleaned this out because I found some stuff in there that I didn't know we had and was able to kind of organize things a bit. I have that Keurig I just pulled down that my parents were getting rid of when they got a different coffee machine, but I hardly ever use it anymore. We have those reusable pods, though, which are great. Oh, man. So I put on it's a really old song, that Tunak Tune song. It was slightly popular when I was a kid. That and the Numa Numa song. And that's the great thing about being home alone sometimes is you can just play awful songs on repeat and just kind of stim to them, kind of like an audio stim almost, to just play a song over and over and over repeatedly. And luckily you guys don't have to hear that, and nobody else will have to hear it because I'm home alone. So I decided to go ahead and just use that drain cleaner because my bathroom sink is clogged, and it actually worked pretty well. I just dumped a bunch on, and then I had to toss the cat out of the room. Not literally toss, but get her out of the room because she loves to jump up to the sink and start just licking. As much as I take her off of the sink, every time she does that, she's just like obsessed with licking the water from the sink. And it's so nasty because sometimes there'll be like soap residue and then she throws up. And I'm like, are you serious? You just want to lick the soap and then throw up? There's like I was talking, like I just save bags and I haven't really had to buy any. I think that box of Ziploc bags and stuff have, or freezer bags or whatever you call them without the brand name. Anyway, those have been in there for a really long time. Same with the aluminum foil and the plastic wrap and parchment paper that I'm pulling out. And then I have those rainbow tops. I actually found them at Petco, but they're lids for cans. So like when you open a can of food, you can just put those on it as like a seal, which I think is a pretty neat idea. I bought a couple of those. Plus they were like Pride themed, which I love. But yeah, those boxes of bags and plastic bags and other kinds of foil and paper and plastic and stuff, I never really have to buy it because I almost never use it, but it's good to have on hand, like in case I do. And then I have the ones on top of the boxes that came from like non-food things, or maybe were used before for something that I wouldn't use on food. So I keep those separate so that I don't have to worry about like, food getting contaminated with something. And I can just use the fresh, clean ones for something if I, for some reason, need it for food. I'm almost out of that glass cleaner, but I do have a DIY recipe. So once I use up that bottle, I can finally put that DIY recipe into the glass cleaner spray bottle and just reuse that spray bottle. I also pulled out the citric acid there, and I bought that so I could make a DIY toilet bowl cleaner, which it worked really well. I was actually really happy with it. Now I don't have to buy a toilet bowl cleaner anymore because I can just make it out of, I think it was citric acid and baking soda. Yeah, that sounds close to what it was. I'd have to get the measurements for it, but I can put that below possibly if there's enough interest. And then I had that thing of liquid hand soap because I used to buy liquid hand soap for us to use. I really haven't had to buy that in a long time, but I'm just using up what we had. But I put it into my daughter's a little unicorn soap dispenser there that her aunt got her. I come back so you can see it a little better. I'm like, oh, you guys would probably like to see this. That's cute. But I don't actually buy any hand soap anymore because, like, the liquid kind, because we can just use bars of soap. It's a lot more sustainable, and I can also select the brands that have like the moisturizing stuff that the doctor recommended, since we have sensitive skin. And yeah, I just like it because it lasts a lot longer too, and you can get it in packaging that's more sustainable sometimes. Be nice if we didn't have to have packaging though, because it's just soap. I really love those little cubes. I got those actually at the dollar store a long time ago, maybe a few years back. I don't know when exactly, but they're pretty cute. I have those in this closet as well as my master bathroom closet, and they're pretty useful to just hold everything and have it looking nice so it's not just out on the shelves looking weird. I actually filmed this a week ago, so when you see me getting the call there, it's because my mother-in-law was on her way, and she was letting me know. Of course, I've got my Megatron playlist going. I should probably move that to my like Megatron / Optimus playlist because it's the song Bad Boy with Megatron, and that kind of could be something related to their relationship if they had one. I don't know. I just find shipping stuff like so much fun. I don't know why it gets, I don't know. Well, I guess I do know why it gets treated badly by people. Because people, I don't know, they just want to hate on stuff, I guess. And especially because it's a lot of like females and queer people that are in fanfic communities. So first I'm going through this cube, which has I put those reusable mop pads in there, which I love so much. You saw me do the heart sign. Those reusable mop pads are amazing. You can just mop the house and then throw them in the wash and then use them again. And I have not had to buy any mop pads in a long time. There we go. Megatron Bad Romance. Megatron. It's so funny to think about Megatron as like a love interest. It makes me laugh. I think that's part of why I read anything on that ship. But yeah, I love those mop pads. Those are great. I think that was a great swap that I made that I'm really happy with. I've got the two of them. So I'm just going through that cube, and then I'm going to get to go through and show you my cat box where I store the cat stuff. I was able to reuse like an old shoebox for that. And you see me going to like, shh, because I hide the toilet paper, or not the toilet, I hide the paper towel rolls there. Just to like discourage our use for them. Like we have them maybe to use if something's super gross, or like I'm cleaning the shower or something like that with bleach or vinegar or something, where I'm worried there could develop mold someday. I don't know. They're the like humiliating costumes for the cats. Those poor cats. They really don't want to be dressed up. And I try to not do that. Sometimes we've dressed them up for Halloween to see if they'll like be okay with it again, but that's about the only time of year we pull those costumes out. I like a lion mane. That looks really cute on the orange cat. What do I got there? Half alive creature. And then I've got the bat wings for the black cat, and then the clown costume for the black and white cat. I don't know. I try to not use them. I should probably just get rid of them because the cats don't like it. But I've got all their like teeth brushing stuff, which I need to do that today. I need to brush their teeth and clip their claws. Got some treats, which the black cat's the only one that can actually eat the treats without getting sick. So the others get a bit jealous if they see him have it. But I think it's important to do the maintenance on your cats, whatever you want to call it. But like clipping their nails regularly, brushing their teeth regularly. Ever since I started brushing my cat's teeth, because with my first cat, she ended up having to have a tooth pulled, and no one had ever told me you need to grab a cat and brush its teeth. And ever since I started brushing her teeth, she hasn't had any more like teeth issues where she needed to get one pulled out. I felt so bad when that happened to her. I'm like, man, I wish I had known about needing to do that regularly. I pulled out that cube and I found like tons of like those felt pads that you put under furniture, and then a bunch of light bulbs for different lights in the house. This actually ended up being a lot quicker than most of the cleans that I've been posting on here lately. I think it's just because it's such a small area, which is kind of nice. I think it's good to have some shorter stuff and some longer stuff to get the variety. Yeah, and then I also have the water filters that I replace for the fridge. I wonder if there's some sort of like reusable one or way to do it more sustainably to replace the water filter in the fridge. With like keeping up with that in a more sustainable way. If there's like a reusable one, something you can do more sustainably. There's a lot of just stuff you don't really think about until you are taking responsibility for those things in your house or where you live. That's some like contact paper that has been sitting there forever that I don't know, maybe I can declutter it at some point, who knows. And then that big bin underneath is where we can store the cat food, which has been really helpful in just keeping it fresh. Because I think we would get like bags of it and then it would start to go a little bit stale, I think. And the problem with that was if it got eaten, Immersed by VNV Nation. I love that band so much. I like how VNV stands for victory, not vengeance. Anyway, so the cat's food would go a little bit stale, and then the cats would get a little bit sick from that. And I'm like, I don't want my cats getting sick. So we got the big storage bin so that we can buy in bulk, which is more sustainable because less packaging and less gas going out to buy more cat food. And then we can pour it into there, and it keeps really well. And they don't like throw up from it anymore, which is great. It'd be nice to do something similar with my older cat. She has like digestive issues, so she has to eat a different kind of food, and we have to store that separately. But I don't have like a special storage container for that because it comes in such small bags that the staleness isn't an issue like it was with the bigger bags. Yeah, that was Marina and the Diamonds, Happy Loner on the song. I really feel that song sometimes. Like, it's such a big mood at times. And it's interesting, she has like such a different personality almost with every CD that she makes. But they're all like really, I don't know, engaging and interesting and fun to listen to. And it's like fun to get into each of those personalities, and kind of immerse yourself in it. So here I'm just getting the closet door nice and clean because that doesn't get attention very often. Getting all the fur and junk off of that. I really like Marina's CD. I think her newest one is probably my favorite right now. But she has some really good ones on fruit, and I like them all. But and Family Jewels was good. the Electra Heart one was like really interesting. Like I can't relate to most of it, but it's an interesting character. I don't know. It's like I just want to give her therapy on some of those CDs. I don't know if other therapists get that, where like they see a character or someone and they're like, "Oh, I really wish I could just give you therapy right now." Like I feel that way about Starscream in Transformers, because I have to bring up Transformers every video apparently, and every time I see him, I'm like, "Oh, I would give you therapy so good," and you really need it, Starscream. Please, please come sit in my office. You'd be so interesting to talk to. I love how they put in the therapist Rung in the Transformers series, but he actually seems like a really bad therapist to me. I don't know. Like Megatron mentions how Rung spent like 2 hours talking about his fusion cannon or something. And yeah. But yeah, I finished. Thank you guys. And I hope you have a great day. And I will see you next time. Bye.